Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Matea and in today's video I will be talking to you about first time going to a gynecologist. Tricky topic, isn't it? It shouldn't really be. Okay, so let me start with saying that I will try to remember and go back to the time that was my first time going to a gynecologist, but at the same time my memory isn't as fresh. Okay, let me start by saying if you haven't watched my Brazilian wax or my having sex for the first time videos, go check them out. But if you don't want to go check them out, briefly my history when I was younger and everything, as I said before, I'm a very private person. I don't know why, but I've never felt comfortable with sharing my genitals with other people as you do, but like in an extreme way where I wasn't even okay with like doctors seeing it, or God forbid, like when I was getting Brazilian wax, that was a nightmare for me personally to go there and let those ladies see that part of me. So going there I was extremely scared and embarrassed. First time I went was when I was 25, I think. I'm 28 now, which is very late. You should go to a gynecologist when you become a woman, basically, and you should go regularly, because being healthy in that area is very important, especially for women, because we can have so many things wrong in our uterus and vagina and all that stuff, and there is a lot of women who suffer just because they are ashamed, just like I was, and are scared, and there's nothing to be scared about or like ashamed about. It's stupid. You're ashamed. No, I'm not saying you're stupid. I was stupid, but it is stupid to be ashamed of something that is your health. I wasn't comfortable with going there, and the more time went by, the more scared I was and the more embarrassed I was, because like first of all I was scared because like genitals. Like, second of all, I was ashamed because, like, oh my god, I'm 20 something and I've never been to one. What will they think? What will la 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 la? Because I'm one of those people who really care about what other people think. At the same time, I'm like, oh my god, I don't care. And at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, I do care. I so care. And I shouldn't, but I do, and I'm trying to make that better. But anyway, in my whole life I was being told that going to a gynecologist will never be a pleasant experience. It will always be extremely uncomfortable, but you just get through it. That is not true. How and why? I will tell you. So the thing is, in today's time, you have this thing called internet and Google, and you can Google any doctor right now. I think there is, for every aspect of your body, you can Google the doctor and see reviews on that doctor. And you can read how they treat their patient, how they are, blah blah. So you read through that and you can find someone who you think you can be comfortable with. I found my doctor through a Croatian site that like rates doctor and their reviews and everything, and she had amazing reviews, and everyone said like, oh, she is extremely helpful, she is so sweet and warm towards you, you don't feel uncomfortable, she makes sure you feel okay, and blah blah. She treats you basically like mother to child. If that's not weird, is that weird? I say that, not that she does that. Anyway, and I was like, oh my god, this woman sounds great, and I found her address and she was like across town. But I was like, okay, no, I'm going there. I have to go and I'm going to her. My boyfriend went with me. That helps. If you are really scared, bring someone with you who you trust and who will make you feel safer. Is it your mother? Is it your sister? Is it your best friend? Is it your boyfriend? Is it your girlfriend? Whoever, bring them with you. Don't go alone, not the first time. If you're feeling like, oh, I don't care, then I don't know why you're watching this video. But but for the first time, big thing and big help will be if you bring someone who will make you feel safe and warm inside and not alone. They will not go inside with you, obviously, unless like you want them to, I guess. But bring someone you trust with you. You will feel better. So I went there in the waiting room and I was like, oh, I have an appointment, blah blah blah, and this. And the girl on the computer, on the reception, was like, oh, okay, yeah, she has a client right now, please sit down. And I was just so nervous. Going there, being there, I was so nervous. But my boyfriend being there helped a lot. Anyway, and this lady comes out. As soon as I saw her, I knew like, okay, she's my girl. She looks like that crazy, wacky, and that's just like the life of every party, but so sweet and warm. I don't know how to explain it. She's like kind of an older lady, and her hair was just like all over the place, and it was orange, like a bright orange. And when I saw her, I was like, you're my girl. I love you, I already love you. I was still nervous, but as soon as I saw her, I knew like I made a good choice. Oh, anyway, I went inside, we sit down, and she asks me like, oh, why are you here, this and that. And of course I told her, oh, I'm just here for a checkup and that's and the smear test. I've never been before, which sounds probably stupid. And she's like, no, why would it be stupid? And I was like, well, I'm like 25, I should have been sooner. And she's like, no, like whenever, if you didn't have any problems before, you come here whenever you're ready, and don't feel guilty or ashamed, which helped a lot. So don't feel guilty or ashamed, but like go. Yeah, and like we talked about, like, oh, okay, we're gonna do this and that, and she explained everything to me, what we are gonna do. And the first thing was like the ultrasound. First thing, like I had to take off my clothes, and she gave me like the dress gown, something like you use it once and then they throw it away. So I took off in a like separate corner and put that on, and I lay down. And she did the ultrasound and she showed me everything, like, oh, this is this, and this are your eggs, and this is where this goes, and then this, and oh, you will have your menstruation in I don't know how many days. You see this little guy, he will go down here. And then she explained everything to me like she is explaining to a child, which is great because I knew nothing of it. So she made sure I understand everything and see everything, and she was talking to me like, oh, it's all okay, it's normal, like we all go through this, which it is like that. And then the dreaded smear test, and like, you know, she went in there. So there's this chair, you probably saw it, it looks so scary. You lay down and your legs are like up here. It's not that uncomfortable really, it's just that pose is a bit like... But it's not that uncomfortable. Yeah, so, and she was telling me, like, we started talking. I have, so, disclaimer, if you are sensitive to self-harm and scars and mental depression, like skip ahead or don't watch the rest of this, because I will be talking a little bit about that, because I have scars on my legs from self-harming, and she saw that obviously, and she started talking to me, but not like, oh, you have to tell me, like she was really careful to see if I'm okay with talking about it. And we started talking, and she told me her son also like has a depression and also did self-harm, and she was like so understanding, and she just talked to me like how a lot of people these days don't understand self-harming and depression and stuff like that, and that made me so, I don't know, it made me love her basically, because rarely someone her age understands those things. Like I said, she was so warm and caring, and like we talked about it a little bit while she did the thing, and at first the feelings of the things down there. So the first thing she puts is like some kind of hollow tube. I think it's metal. I think there's metal and plastic, I'm not sure, but it's cold, so you do feel it. And then goes in the smear test thingy. It does feel a bit weird. It doesn't hurt at all, but it does feel a bit weird. And then you feel like pulling, a little bit of pulling. It doesn't hurt, and it's done within a minute, like it's so quick. And we were done, like we talked a little bit, she did her thing, and that's it. I put on clothes, we sat down, she wrote something, she told me when my results will be back. For now everything seems fine. And then she asked me about my hair color, because I had like light lilac-y hair, and I talked to her about my hair color. Most of the time I was inside, I spent talking about my hair color, which is so weird but so awesome, because she wanted to know how I get that lilac hair, and I told her every step of the way, and she was like, and then she was like, can you write that everything that to me in a mail, please, because like I will not remember it and I want to show it to my hairdresser. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna do it. So that's how it ended, and I was out, and it wasn't unpleasant at all. I will not say it was pleasant, but it was pleasant because she was pleasant. Not that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go again and I want to do it every day. But she was so amazing. So the most important thing, I think, is to find really good doctor. And there is a misconception that girl doctors are more, like, less sensitive because they're girls, so they don't care, because they have the same parts and everything, so guys care more. But I don't know, I've never been with a guy. What? I've never been to a gynecologist, so I don't know. But yeah, this was my first experience, and it made me not be afraid of going again. I will go to her again until I move to another country that I'm planning, and then I will find somebody again who I feel will be okay. So I feel like the most important thing is to find someone who you will feel okay with. No matter like how they look like, no matter how old they are, no matter their gender, just who will make you feel okay. And if you go there and you feel like, oh my god, this person will not be okay, I'll not be okay with this person, just leave and find someone else. I feel like when it's about such sensitive things, I feel that about everything, okay? If you don't feel comfortable, leave. You should never feel uncomfortable, especially if another person makes you feel uncomfortable. Leave. No. Bye. hopefully this will help someone not to be as afraid or ashamed or whatever, and go and do their smear tests and tests, done their vagina tests in general. If you want to see more of my face and my videos, subscribe, become part of my small little group of friends. I would love it if you would stay here. If you like this video, give it a like. I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you when I see you.